All right. So tell me your story about your interaction with Henry Winkler, which I think probably very few people know is dyslexic.
Yes, so it's funny because when I told my kids they were all in their 20s, they're like, who's Henry Winkler? So a friend of mine knew his agent or had contacts with his agent. So I wrote an email and I said, this is what we're doing. And our son was dyslexic and we've started this scholarship. And it was so crazy one day. So I'm seeing this phone number that was unknown showing up on my phone. And I kept, I was like, oh, let it go to voicemail. And then I listened to it, and it's, hi, this is Henry Winkler. I got your email, and I'm calling you to talk. And I was like, oh my God. So I called him right back, and I was like near crying on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to Henry Winkler. And right away he said, most people reach out to him for money. And he said right off the bat, love what you're doing, but I have my causes that I give to. And I said, no, no, no. I said, I'm not asking for money. I said, how do I make a difference? What would you want to have heard when you were a young adult? And we spoke for a half an hour. And I shared some of the struggles and frustrations I was having with some of our students in colleges. In fact, actually, here in at the University of Utah, I didn't feel the kids were getting the accommodations they needed. And he was like, Barbara, you just need to go speak to the president. You need to say that these students need accommodations and need support. And yeah, it was pretty wild. We ended up speaking for about a half an hour.
That's pretty
And
cool.
yeah, it was very validating, and really just a fantastic experience. But he did say that he really struggled to read his lines when he was trying to learn to be an actor.
Wow. So, I mean, everybody looks at him as this huge success, and he was the Fonz, and he later was co-starred in The Waterboy. I believe was it no, it was Billy Madison or what? Yeah, it was Waterboy. And then he's had this incredible career, but he also suffered from dyslexia and probably struggled with reading. Did he tell you any more details?
So he also, yes, started a series of books to actually help kids learn to read. And he's got a series of books. So he sent me 2 of his books, and he signed them. And then he said that if we ever wanted to do a event to raise money in LA, that he would be happy to speak.
Cool. Very cool.
So that was a few years ago. But yeah, really, really, really amazing person to make that phone call and reach out to me.
I've heard he's an extremely nice guy. I heard that from somebody who went to a Comic-Con where he and his wife, I think, were there. But yeah, that's a cool story.
Really cool.